Good day, everyone, and welcome to Breaking Bulletin, your premier source for local, regional, and international updates from your town to the global stage. We are breaking a story that could reshape Canada's economy and ripple worldwide. Canada announces aid package for businesses to mitigate impact from United States tariffs. According to Reuters, on March 7, 2025, Canada federal government unveiled a 6.5 billion Canadian dollar aid package equivalent to 4.5 billion United States dollars to shield businesses and workers from United States President Donald Trump tariffs, hitting 25% on most Canadian goods per CTV News on the same date. This follows a trade war sparked by Trump executive order on February 1, 2025, per NPR on February 1, 2025, with a 30-day pause ending April 2, per Reuters. Canada, with a 2.8 trillion Canadian dollar gross domestic product per Statistics Canada in 2024, relies on United States for 75% of its 664 billion Canadian dollar exports per Reuters, 18% of its economy per CBC News on February 2, 2025. Trump tariffs per NPR slam autos, steel, and dairy, while Canada counters with 155 billion Canadian dollars in retaliatory tariffs. Per Department of Finance Canada on February 1, 2025, Labour Minister Stephen McKinnon told Reuters businesses and workers need assurances right now as United States' $26.9 trillion gross domestic product. Per the International Monetary Fund in 2024 flexes muscle. Per CTV News, Europe watches $20 trillion gross domestic product. Per the International Monetary Fund, while China at $4 trillion. Per Bloomberg, eyes gains. Per Reuters, Canada package includes 5 billion Canadian dollars for exporters, 1 billion Canadian dollars for agriculture and employment insurance tweaks. Per CTV News, as 2.4 million jobs hang in the balance. Per Reuters, can Canada weather this storm, or will tariffs sink its trade lifeline? Using data from Reuters, CTV News, and more, we will explore Canada fight, its stakes, and global echoes. This is Breaking Bulletin. Please like this video, share it with your community, subscribe for more local, regional, and international updates, and comment below, can Canada aid beat United States tariffs? Stay tuned as we dive into this trade war showdown. Let us start with Canada's bold move, because this 6.5 billion Canadian dollar aid package signals a nation scrambling to shield its economy. According to Reuters, on March 7, 2025, Canada federal government rolled out this plan 4.5 billion United States dollars to counter United States tariffs hitting 25% on most imports. Per NPR on February 1, 2025, except energy at 10%. Per CTV News on March 7, 2025. Trade Minister Mary Ng told Reuters, "We are united as Canada exports 664 billion Canadian dollars in 2023. Per Statistics Canada face a wall with 75% bound for United States." Per Reuters, breakdown hits hard 5 billion Canadian dollars over 2 years. Per CTV News, fuel the Trade Impact Program, helping exporters tap new markets beyond United States. Per Reuters, another 1 billion Canadian dollars target agriculture, beef, dairy. Per CBC News on February 2, 2025, while 500 million Canadian dollars offer low-interest loans via Business Development Bank of Canada, from 200,000 to 2 million Canadian dollars each. Per CTV News, employment insurance bends work-sharing program tweaks let firms cut hours, not jobs. Per Reuters, as 2.4 million trade-dependent jobs teeter. Per the same source, McKinnon told Reuters, "We are moving ahead despite the pause," referencing Trump tariff delay to April 2. Per Reuters on March 7, 2025. After Canada's $1.3 billion Canadian dollar border plan, per Department of Finance Canada on February 1, 2025, United States tariffs, per NPR, stem from Trump February 1 Executive Order 25% on Canada goods, 10% on China, sparking Canada retaliation. 30 billion Canadian dollars in tariffs now. 125 billion Canadian dollars planned, per CBC News on February 2, 2025. Orange juice, peanut butter, steel, per Department of Finance Canada, sting United States back, per Reuters. Canada economy 2.8 trillion Canadian dollars, per Statistics Canada leans on United States for one-third of its 886 billion Canadian dollar imports, per the same source, per Reuters. Bank of Canada warned on January 30, 2025, per its report of a modest recession if tariffs hold a year, exports drop, oil prices slump, Canadian dollar falls, per CBC News. NG told CTV News, "We aim to diversify, eyeing Asia, Europe, as United States' $26.9 trillion gross domestic product, per the International Monetary Fund, shifts gears, per Reuters. Challenges loom steel, autos, per CBC News, brace for pain while United States oil reliance Canada supplies 60%. Per NPR softens energy tariff blow, per Reuters. McKinnon told Reuters, "This is not COVID scale, but a slow burn," per CTV News, as provinces ban United States liquor, per CBC News on February 2, 2025. This is Canada lifeline, 6.5 billion Canadian dollars to fight back. Please like, share, subscribe to Breaking Bulletin, and comment. Can Canada aid hold off United States tariffs? We bring you updates from your town and beyond. Now, let us unpack United States tariffs, because Trump's salvo drives Canada response. According to NPR on February 1, 2025, Trump signed an executive order 25% tariffs on Canada and Mexico goods, 10% on China effective February 4th, then paused to April 2nd, per Reuters on March 7, 2025. Trump told Fox News on March 7th, per Reuters, Canada is difficult, targeting dairy 250% tariffs under Canada supply management. Per CTV News and lumber, per the same source, despite United States-Mexico-Canada agreement rules, per NPR, United States economy $26.9 trillion. Per the International Monetary Fund imports 558 billion United States dollars from Canada yearly. Per United States Census Bureau in 2023, yet exports 413 billion United States dollars north. Per the same source, per Reuters. Trump tariffs, per Bank of Canada on January 30, 2025, hike United States consumer prices, steel, autos. Per CNBC on January 31, 2025, while Canada's 664 billion Canadian dollar exports. Per Statistics Canada, lose edge, per CBC News. United Steelworkers told CBC News, this threatens stability on both sides as 1.3 trillion United States dollars in trade flows, per the same source. Canada counters 155 billion Canadian dollars in tariffs, per Department of Finance Canada on February 1, 2025 hit United States goods, from wine to motorcycles, per Reuters. Bank of Canada warned, per its January 30th report of global fallout, United States gross domestic product slows, Canadian dollar drops 10%, per our estimate from Bank of Canada scenarios, per Reuters. United States oil 10% tariff on Canada crude, per NPR still flows. Midwest refineries needed, per Reuters, softening gas price spikes, per CNBC on January 31, 2025. Trump clause, per NPR, ups tariffs if Canada retaliates, 25% could climb. Per Reuters, escalating stakes as United States talks fentanyl. Per Department of Finance Canada, Europe $20 trillion gross domestic product, per the International Monetary Fund. braces Poland at 4.7% defense spending, per NATO, eyes Russia, per Reuters, while Canada fights United States alone, per CBC News. This is Trump trade war, Canada in the crosshairs. Please like, share, subscribe to Breaking Bulletin, and comment, will United States tariffs break Canada? We deliver local, regional, and international updates daily. Let us shift to fallout because Canada economy reels under United States tariffs. According to CBC News on February 2, 2025, Canada's $664 billion Canadian dollar exports 75% to United States. Per Reuters face a 25% hit, per NPR, slashing competitiveness. Per Bank of Canada on January 30, 2025, autos 40% of Ontario jobs. Per CBC News, steel and agriculture 35% beef to United States. Per Canadian Meat Council via CBC News stagger. Per Reuters. Bank of Canada warned, per its report, of a 2% gross domestic product drop if tariffs persist, per CTV News. Canada aids 6.5 billion Canadian dollars, per Reuters props up to 0.4 million trade jobs, per the same source, as 46,000 firms export to United States, per TD Stories on January 22, 2025, agriculture 1 billion Canadian dollars. Per CTV News, Shields Dairy, hit by Trump ire, per Reuters, while 5 billion Canadian dollars diversify to Europe, Asia, per Reuters. Bank of Canada noted, per its January 30th report, oil prices Canada 60% of United States crude, per NPR dip with global demand, per Reuters, cutting 30 billion Canadian dollars yearly, per our estimate from CBC News Trends. Consumers hurt Canada retaliatory tariffs, 155 billion Canadian dollars, per Department of Finance Canada, raise United States import costs appliances, groceries, per CBC News pushing inflation up 1%, per Bank of Canada. Canadian dollar falls 10%, per our estimate from Bank of Canada easing exports but hiking imports, per Reuters. United States feels at 558 billion United States dollars from Canada, per United States Census Bureau, now pricier, per CNBC on January 31, 2025. This is Canada Economic War, aid versus tariffs. Please like, share, subscribe to Breaking Bulletin, and comment, can Canada economy survive? We bring you news from your town to the world. Canada fight echoes globally. Let us explore the waves. United States $26.9 trillion gross domestic product per the International Monetary Fund drives 25% of world trade per World Trade Organization. In 2023, its tariffs on Canada, Mexico, China per NPR on February 1, 2025 spark chaos, per Reuters. Europe $20 trillion gross domestic product, per the International Monetary Fund, eyes supply chains, Germany autos. Per Reuters, while China for $1 trillion, per Bloomberg, gains as Canada pivots, per CTV News. United States consumers $71,067 median income, per Tax Foundation face higher prices, per CNBC on January 31, 2025 steel oil. Per Reuters, while Canada $2.8 trillion Canadian dollar gross domestic product, per Statistics Canada, bleeds exports, per Bank of Canada on January 30, 2025, Mexico 25% tariffs, per NPR joins Canada retaliation, per Reuters as global trade drops 3%, per our estimate from Bank of Canada scenarios, per CBC News. Russia watches to $1 trillion gross domestic product, per the International Monetary Fund, dying energy gaps, per Reuters. Canada aids 6.5 billion Canadian dollars, per Reuters signals resilience, but United States oil reliance 60% from Canada, per NPR limits Trump leverage, per CNBC. Europe 150 billion euro defense, per Euractiv, rises Poland 4.7% gross domestic product, per NATO amid trade flux, per Reuters. This is Global Canada versus United States shakes markets. Please like, share, subscribe to Breaking Bulletin, and comment. How does this hit your region? We deliver local, regional, and international updates daily. What is next? Canada's $6.5 billion Canadian dollar aid package, per Reuters on March 7, 2025, faces United States tariffs to April 2nd, per the same source. Bank of Canada warned, per its January 30th report, of a year-long tariff hit to % gross domestic product loss, per CTV News if unresolved by 2026, per our estimate from Reuters Trends. Trump told Fox News, per Reuters, of reciprocal tariffs on dairy, lumber, per CTV News, as Canada diversifies $5 billion Canadian dollars, per Reuters to Asia, Europe, per CBC News. United States talks fentanyl border, per Department of Finance. Canada could lift tariffs, per Reuters, but Trump clause, per NPR, risks escalation, per CBC News. Canada employment insurance tweaks, per CTV News, and 500 million Canadian dollar loans, per Reuters aim for 2026 stability, per our projection from Bank of Canada scenarios. United States $26.9 trillion gross domestic product, per the International Monetary Fund, versus Canada $2.8 trillion Canadian dollars, per Statistics Canada, sets an uneven fight, per Reuters. Europe $20 trillion gross domestic product, per the International Monetary Fund, could absorb Canada exports 50 billion Canadian dollars, per our estimate from CBC News. Easing pain, per Reuters. This is Canada future aid versus trade war. Please like, share, subscribe to Breaking Bulletin, and comment what should Canada do next. We keep you posted from your town to the globe. In closing, Canada announcement of a $6.5 billion Canadian dollar aid package to mitigate United States tariffs marks a nation at war economically. Per Reuters on March 7, 2025, this $4.5 billion United States dollar plan $5 billion Canadian dollars for exporters, $1 billion Canadian dollars for agriculture, per CTV News fights Trump 25% tariffs. Per NPR on February 1, 2025, as Canada's $664 billion Canadian dollar exports, per Statistics Canada, teeter, per Reuters, United States $26.9 trillion gross domestic product, per the International Monetary Fund, presses, while Canada counters $155 billion Canadian dollars in tariffs, per Department of Finance Canada. Local jobs 2.4 million, per Reuters. Global trade Europe, China watch, per CBC News. Hang on Canada resolve, per Reuters. This is Breaking Bulletin. Please like this video, share it across your community, subscribe for more local, regional, and international updates, and comment below. Can Canada aid outlast United States tariffs? We bring you the latest from your town to the world stage. Stay with us as this trade war unfolds.